Have you ever wondered what your subconscious preferences reveal about your deepest nature? The choices we make without thinking, the colors and patterns that draw our attention, these seemingly random selections can actually unlock profound insights into our hidden personality. Today we're going to explore something fascinating through a simple yet revealing exercise involving butterflies, creatures that have symbolized personal transformation and inner truth across countless generations and belief systems. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychological history, dedicated his life's work to understanding the hidden layers of human consciousness. He discovered that we are constantly attracted to symbols that mirror aspects of ourselves we may not fully recognize. These symbols communicate with us through a language deeper than words, speaking directly to the parts of our mind that operate beneath our everyday awareness. The butterfly, with its journey from caterpillar to chrysalis to winged beauty, represents one of nature's most powerful metaphors for change and self-realization. In this exploration, you'll encounter several distinct butterflies, each possessing unique characteristics in color, form, and energy. I want you to approach this without excessive analysis or logical reasoning. Simply allow yourself to feel drawn naturally to one of them. That instinctive pull, that immediate connection, carries within it a message about your authentic self. It reflects aspects of your personality that might be concealed beneath the surface, the version of you that exists when all social masks are removed. Before we dive into the butterflies themselves, take a moment to center yourself. Breathe deeply and clear your mind of distractions. This isn't a test with correct or incorrect answers, nor is it about comparing yourself to others. This is about honest self-reflection, about connecting with the archetypal patterns that live within your psyche. By the journey's end, you might uncover something previously hidden, something that's been patiently waiting in the shadows to be acknowledged and understood. Now, are you prepared to discover which butterfly mirrors your truest essence? The first butterfly. The initial butterfly captures attention with its stunning azure hues, wings colored in tones that evoke both tranquil ocean depths and boundless celestial expanses. Though it appears gentle and perhaps even vulnerable at first observation, there's an unmistakable quality of inner fortitude in its presence. If this butterfly has captured your attention, Jung would recognize this as no accident. He understood that our attractions to specific symbols reveal unconscious truths about our psychological makeup. Blue carries deep symbolic significance tied to contemplation and emotional depth. Throughout human history and across artistic traditions, this color has represented thoughtful introspection, peaceful states, and the desire to connect with something beyond ordinary experience. Your choice of this butterfly indicates that you're someone who searches for authentic meaning beneath life's superficial layers. You're unsatisfied with simple explanations or surface-level interactions. Instead, you crave genuine understanding and meaningful connections with the invisible forces that shape existence. Within you exists a quiet awareness that reality extends far beyond what can be touched or measured. This is why Jung identified individuals like you as guided by intuitive knowing, possessing the ability to perceive truths that resist logical explanation. You trust an internal guidance system that points toward wisdom words alone cannot adequately express. However, this depth of perception comes with its own challenges. You likely feel the world's emotions intensely, noticing subtle shifts in atmosphere and unspoken feelings that others miss entirely. This heightened sensitivity can be both blessing and burden. It makes you naturally empathetic, artistically inclined, deeply compassionate, and remarkably perceptive. Yet sometimes this same quality creates a sense of isolation, as if you're carrying emotional weights that separate you from others. You may have experienced moments of feeling fundamentally misunderstood, as though nobody could fully appreciate the richness of your interior landscape. But remember that apparent fragility can conceal tremendous strength. Just as the butterfly's delicate wings carry it across impressive distances, your sensitivity contains resilience of the quietest and most enduring kind. In Jungian psychology, this butterfly corresponds with what might be called the visionary archetype, those who maintain close contact with their imaginative faculties and unconscious wisdom. People embodying this pattern don't just dream during sleep, but live in constant dialogue with symbolic meaning, perpetually seeking deeper patterns beneath everyday occurrences. This isn't about escaping from reality, but rather about enriching it, perceiving dimensions of significance where others might only see randomness. Your choice suggests your life may be guided by ideals and inner visions, You might feel naturally drawn toward creative expression, philosophical inquiry, or spiritual exploration. You likely carry an inherent drive to understand existence not merely as a series of events, but as a meaningful journey filled with transformative patterns. Consider the butterfly's own metamorphosis. The caterpillar lives a ground-level existence until something within signals that change must occur. The cocoon stage isn't comfortable. It's actually a place of complete dissolution where the original form must entirely break down before renewal becomes possible. Then, through patient struggle, the butterfly emerges, fragile yet radiant, capable of reaching heights previously unimaginable. Selecting this butterfly may reveal something about your current life phase. Perhaps you're experiencing a period of significant transition, sensing you cannot remain who you've been. Perhaps you hear change calling, even without clear vision of what awaits. These blue wings symbolize not just calmness but courage, the bravery required to release what's familiar and step into uncertainty. This butterfly also speaks to intuition's quiet power. Jung believed intuition wasn't random guessing, but rather the unconscious mind processing complexities too intricate for conscious analysis. If this butterfly resonates with you, you likely trust instincts even when they defy logical justification. You may sense certain paths, relationships, or decisions simply feel correct, despite others questioning your rationale. This is your deeper wisdom guiding you, and it frequently proves remarkably reliable. Yet trusting intuition demands courage, the willingness to follow directions others cannot see, to believe in perceptions only you can sense. Your butterfly choice suggests you possess that courage or are being called to develop it now. Blue also carries associations with longing. Many drawn to this butterfly harbor a subtle ache, an impression of something essential remaining just beyond reach. This yearning isn't a deficiency. It's the fire driving you to search, question, and evolve. It prevents settling for mediocrity or illusion. Jung believed this longing represents the self's voice, the archetype of wholeness calling us toward full realization. Choosing this butterfly acknowledges you're listening, even without knowing the ultimate answer. Your connection also reflects strong alignment with natural rhythms. You probably feel most peaceful surrounded by nature, when modern world chaos fades and you can reconnect with meaningful silence. Wing flutter, wind through branches, sky reflections in water. These awaken something within you. They remind you that beneath human activity's speed and noise, deeper harmony flows through everything. By aligning with that rhythm, you often discover clarity, healing, and renewed strength. However, the visionary's path is never simple. Because you perceive the world so vividly, you may struggle with overthinking, carrying emotional weights others dismiss. Sometimes you might withdraw, choosing solitude over forcing yourself into spaces that feel hollow. But for you, solitude isn't emptiness, it's sanctuary, a place for recharging and reconnecting with sustaining truths. Choosing this butterfly suggests solitude isn't your adversary, but rather the space where deepest growth occurs. Ultimately, the first butterfly reveals a personality marked by depth, intuitive wisdom, and quiet resilience. Choosing it aligns you with the seeker archetype, the one for whom life means more than survival or conventional success. It's about uncovering existence's hidden layers and transforming through them. Your journey may not be easiest, but it will always be authentic, guided by the unconscious voice speaking through symbols precisely like this one. So when you observe these luminous blue wings again, ask yourself what they're reflecting. Is it your sensitivity, your longing, your quiet strength, or the transformational call stirring within? Perhaps it encompasses all these dimensions simultaneously. That's the beauty of symbolic language. It's never simplistic or single-layered. Symbols are soul mirrors. In this first butterfly, you may see not only who you are, but who you're becoming. The second butterfly presents a dramatic contrast to the first. Where the blue butterfly whispers of serenity and reflection, this one radiates raw power, fierce intensity, and burning energy. Its wings display deep blacks and rich golds with glowing crimson accents, as if simultaneously carrying midnight's shadows and flame's embers. Being drawn to this butterfly reveals a distinctly different psychological dimension, one Jung would associate with transformation through challenge, shadow integration, and the pursuit of personal power. Black is frequently misunderstood as representing negativity or darkness, yet symbolically, it embodies mystery, profound depth, and latent potential. It's the rich soil where seeds germinate, the unknown from which new life springs forth. Choosing this butterfly suggests you're unafraid of darkness, that you may actually be drawn to mysteries others avoid. This doesn't indicate living in despair or sadness. Instead, it reveals a personality recognizing the necessity of confronting challenges directly, of facing fears head-on, and discovering light even in difficult territories. Jung described this process as encountering the shadow, the journey of integrating aspects of ourselves we typically deny or conceal. If you chose this butterfly, you may have already faced or are currently facing this confrontation with your own shadow, and within that confrontation lies your true strength. The golden accents shining through darkness remind us that transformation isn't solely about struggle. Gold has always symbolized refinement, the alchemical process transforming base materials into something precious. Resonating with this butterfly means you're someone undergoing, or having completed, deep inner alchemy. Your struggles haven't been meaningless, they've burned away illusions and revealed a core of genuine strength and resilience. You're probably the person others turn to during crisis, someone who remains steady when everything feels uncertain, not because life's been easy, but because you've already walked through fire and emerged tempered and stronger. Then there's the crimson burning at its wing centers. Red symbolizes passion, vital life force, and desire. Being drawn to this butterfly suggests you contain an inner fire refusing extinguishment. You're someone who lives with intensity, feels with depth, and doesn't fear your own desires. Jung believed that repressing passion leads to psychological dysfunction, that only by acknowledging our instincts and drives can we live fully. This butterfly choice suggests you're learning or have learned to honor your desires, giving voice to your passions and recognizing them not as weaknesses but as vital sources of energy and authenticity. This butterfly, with its black, gold, and red coloration, embodies the warrior or transformer archetype. Resonating with it acknowledges that your life has been or will be shaped by battles, some external but many internal. Perhaps you've had to fight for your position in the world, overcoming obstacles invisible to others. Perhaps you carry scars that are invisible yet profound. And yet, like this butterfly, those scars have become part of your beauty, integrated into your strength. Choosing this butterfly suggests you possess the capacity to embrace transformation even when it arrives through fire and challenge. But this archetype isn't only about survival. The warrior also represents courage, stepping into the unknown with determination, claiming your own identity without fear of judgment. If you selected this butterfly, you may be ready to enter a new life stage demanding boldness and authenticity. You might feel called to break free from limitations, to assert yourself more powerfully, to live with intensity rather than hesitation. This butterfly reflects not only who you are but who you're becoming, a person transforming pain into power, shadow into wisdom, desire into purpose. In Jungian psychology, this butterfly represents individuation through confrontation, where the first reflected introspection and sensitivity, the second reflects action and transformation. You may be someone who has already faced inner conflicts and emerged with clearer self-understanding, or you may be at that journey's beginning now. Either way, this butterfly choice suggests readiness to embrace your full spectrum, even parts others may not comprehend. The color contrast black, gold, and red mirrors the duality within you. You may carry both light and darkness, calm and intensity, vulnerability and strength. Choosing this butterfly acknowledges you're not one-dimensional. You're a complex being capable of holding contradictions, capable of embracing both shadow and light. Jung taught that wholeness isn't about perfection, but integration, the ability to bring all self-aspects into greater harmony. This butterfly suggests you're on that integration path, learning to honor every part of yourself, even those you once tried denying. And yet mystery remains. The black in its wings reminds us there are always unknowns, always parts of ourselves yet to be discovered. Choosing this butterfly suggests you may feel drawn to explore life's deeper questions, to face the unknown courageously. You may find meaning in psychological exploration, spiritual seeking, or philosophical inquiry. You're probably someone seeking not just success or comfort, but transformation, constant renewal, rebirth again and again, each time stronger and more whole than before. So if this butterfly called to you, it's because something within resonates with its fiery beauty. It may be your passion, your strength, your courage, or your willingness to face the shadow. Perhaps it encompasses all these simultaneously. The black, the gold, the red, they're not merely colors on wings. They're symbols of the journey you're living. In choosing this butterfly, you reveal that your path isn't about avoiding struggle but embracing it, transforming it, and allowing it to shape you into who you were always meant to become. The third butterfly, The third butterfly stands uniquely apart from the others. Its wings shimmer in translucent white shades, almost crystalline like captured light held in fragile glass. It radiates purity, clarity, and ethereal stillness, as if belonging equally to dream realms and physical reality. If your eyes were drawn to this butterfly, Jung would recognize that something in your unconscious resonates with its essence, an essence symbolizing spiritual clarity, transformation through inner illumination, and the eternal search for truth. White has always been paradoxical. On one hand, it represents innocence, simplicity, and fresh beginnings. On the other, it contains the full spectrum of all colors embodying wholeness and unity. Being drawn to this butterfly suggests you're someone carrying within themselves a longing for clarity, for authenticity, for life unclouded by unnecessary illusions. You may feel a strong desire to live aligned with your truest self, to strip away masks and false identities until only what's essential remains. The translucent quality of these wings speaks to sensitivity and openness. You may be someone deeply transparent in your emotions or who desires relationships and experiences rooted in honesty and vulnerability. Jung often spoke about authenticity's importance, the courage to live as one truly is without hiding behind personas built only to please others. Choosing this butterfly suggests you're on this authenticity path even when it's challenging. Transparency, after all, can feel like exposure, and exposure can make us vulnerable. But within vulnerability lies strength, for it allows true connection with others and with the self. In Jungian terms, this butterfly reflects the sage or healer archetype. Those drawn to it often carry deep wisdom within themselves, even without always recognizing it. You're probably the kind of person others seek for guidance because you listen, not only with ears but with heart. Your presence may bring peace not because you have all answers, but because you radiate a calmness reassuring others they're not alone. Choosing this butterfly reveals a soul seeking wholeness, harmony, and deeper connection to the collective unconscious. But purity is never without shadows. White, while symbolizing clarity, can also represent emptiness, the vast blank canvas that can feel overwhelming. If this butterfly draws you, you may sometimes struggle with emptiness feelings, sensing something essential is missing. This isn't a flaw, but a calling. Jung believed such emptiness feelings are the soul's way of asking us to search, to fill our lives not with distractions, but with meaning. The translucent wings remind us that fragility and emptiness aren't the journey's end, but transformation's beginning. This butterfly also carries transcendent symbolism. Being drawn to it suggests you may feel pulled toward spiritual or philosophical realms. You're probably someone who cannot be satisfied by material success alone, someone longing for experiences that touch the soul, reminding you of mystery beyond the physical world. You may find yourself reflecting on questions others avoid. Why are we here? What is suffering's meaning? What lies beyond death? These aren't easy questions, but they're the questions giving life depth. Choosing this butterfly suggests you're unafraid to walk that path, even into unknown territory. The luminous wings also speak of transformation through light. While the second butterfly symbolized transformation through fire, this one symbolizes transformation through illumination, through the gentle yet powerful act of seeing clearly. Jung spoke of individuation as bringing the unconscious into light, illuminating hidden psychological aspects so we may become whole. If this butterfly calls to you, you may be in the process of bringing clarity to your own life, shedding illusions, recognizing truths, and stepping closer to your essence. There's also something angelic in this butterfly's form, a reminder of guidance, hope, and higher purpose. Choosing it may suggest you're someone who believes in or longs to believe in something greater than yourself, whether that's divinity, spirit, destiny, or simply existence as mystery. You may feel your life is part of a larger story, that your choices ripple outward in ways you cannot fully see. This sense of purpose can give your life direction, but it can also create tension. For living in alignment with purpose often means walking paths others don't understand. In Jungian language, this butterfly could also represent the alchemist archetype, the one who takes what's fragile and transforms it into something eternal. You may have a gift for turning pain into wisdom, loneliness into connection, and fragility into strength. Your journey may be marked not by dramatic battles but by quiet transformations, by moments of deep realization that slowly, steadily change your life's course. And yet mystery remains in this choice. The translucent wings remind us that not everything, is meant to be seen clearly, that some truths reveal themselves only in time. If this butterfly draws you, you may be being asked to trust the process, to allow life to unfold without forcing clarity before it's ready. There's beauty in patience, in trusting that light will come when it's needed most. So if you chose this butterfly, you reveal yourself as someone searching for clarity, authenticity, and transcendence. You may carry within yourself both fragility and strength, both emptiness and fullness, both longing and peace. This butterfly is not only a reflection of who you are, but of who you're becoming, a soul seeking light, transformation, and truth. Its wings, fragile and luminous, mirror your own journey, reminding you that true strength often comes not from armor, but from openness, from vulnerability, from the courage to be transparent and real in a world that so often hides behind illusions. Conclusion. Now that you've selected your butterfly and listened to what that choice might reveal about your inner landscape, I invite you to pause and let these insights settle. Did something in the description resonate with you? Perhaps in a way that defies logical explanation, but that you felt deep within? That's the mystery of symbolic language, and that's the beauty of Jung's insights. They touch us in places beyond reason, in the quiet depths where our truest self resides. But remember this, the butterfly you chose isn't a fixed verdict or permanent definition of who you are. It's a reflection, a mirror, a glimpse into the path you're walking right now. It may confirm what you already knew about yourself, or it may have revealed something you hadn't yet noticed, something that's been waiting to be acknowledged. And that's the gift of self-discovery, not certainty, but awareness. The awareness that allows us to grow, to change, and to become more fully ourselves. I would love to hear from you. Which butterfly did you choose? Was it the blue one calling you into depth and intuition? Was it the black and gold, fiery with strength and transformation? Or was it the translucent white whispering of clarity, purity, and transcendence? Share your answer in the comments below and tell me if the description felt accurate to you. Did it surprise you, or did it feel like confirmation of something you already knew? Your perspective not only helps you reflect, but inspires others who are on the same journey of discovery. If this video spoke to you, if it made you pause, think, or feel something new, then I ask you to support this journey we're creating here together. Leave a like so that more people can find this experience. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because we have many more explorations like this one ahead. Tests, reflections, and stories that will dive deeper into the mysteries of the human soul, the unconscious, and the symbols that shape who we are. By subscribing, you won't just be watching, you'll be part of a community, a circle of people who are all searching, questioning, and growing together. And don't forget to share this video with a friend. You never know, sometimes the message that someone needs most arrives in the simplest way, like the image of a butterfly appearing at the right time. So choose your butterfly, share your thoughts below, and join us on this journey. The path of self-discovery never ends, and together, step by step, we can walk it with courage, curiosity, and wonder. If you're ready for more, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. And let's keep exploring the mysteries of who we are. One symbol, one story, one discovery at a time.